Hi, I'm Dennis Phillips, and welcome to Everyday Reloading and Shooting. There's a link in the description below to a video that I recently posted where I was testing my 6.5 Creedmoor comparing two different powders, Hodgdon's Hybrid 100V and Hodgdon's H-4350. My thought was that the H-4350 would outperform the Hybrid 100V, but I was actually impressed with how the Hybrid 100V powder compared. And so I wanted to rerun this test because the bullet that I used was the Hornady 140 grain ELD Match bullet. Here's a picture of that. And I wanted to compare that against the Sierra Match King because in other tests that I've done with similar charge weights and comparing these two bullets, the Sierra Match King performed much better. And so I wanted to see if that would be the case now, running the same test at the same charge weights to compare. So what I did is on the Hybrid 100V, I had 40.5 grains of powder. It's a slower burning powder than the H-4350, although they're very similar. The H-4350, I used 41.5 grains because it's a faster burning powder, but both of these produce velocities of 2,700 feet per second. And you can see the results in the previous video of that test and how they compared. So I reloaded this same load. This time I shot five shot groups of each powder using a 140 grain Sierra Match King bullet. And the results were better, and I'll show those to you at the end. Okay, so this is the same test that I did before with the 140 grain Hornady ELD Match bullets, except this time I'm using a 140 grain Sierra Match King, and I'm checking two different powders, the Hybrid 100V at 40.5 grains and the H-4350 at 41.5 grains. Both of these loads are supposed to produce velocities of 2,700 feet per second. I've got 10 targets. I'll be shooting 10 groups, 5 of each. So let's get it going and see how it goes. There you go. All right, let's take a look and see how we did. So it looks like we have a pretty good group here. I did shoot a warming shot before shooting this group, but that's probably going to be just over a half an inch. Number 7 grouped really well. 8 grouped pretty well too. And 10 grouped really well. So we'll take them home, measure them, and see how they compare. So here are the results. I have the hybrid 100V at 40.5 grains on the left side, and I have the H-4350 at 41.5 grains on the right side. First off, normally on the coal barrel shot, I'll shoot one high and to the left. On this particular group, I shot a coal barrel shot first before I started this 5-shot group. So these grouped fairly well, and I was really impressed. This is my point of aim, the very bottom center of the circle. That's where I'm aiming all of my shots. In the black, I have the extreme spread, and in the red, I've marked my best 4 out of 5. So my very first group with the 100V had an extreme spread of 0.66 inches, and the best 4 out of 5 grouped at 0.50. The next group, shooting with the H-4350, shot a 0.87 group, and I have this flyer here, which if you measure just the best 4 out of 5, I was at 0.55. So that flyer there threw me off. On the next run, on the next line, my next group with the 100V was 0.85 with the best 4 out of 5 at 0.53. But I shot a 0.92 with the H-4350 because of this flyer right here, but otherwise I had a 0.56 best 4 out of 5. Going down to the next line, not sure what happened here, but I had a 1.26 extreme spread, and of course I was thinking to myself, it's because of this particular powder. My rifle just doesn't like that, but in reality that probably has more to do with my shooting skill. The next group with the 4350 shot a 0.85 with the best 4 out of 5 at 0.65. But then the next group, the 100V, shot an extreme spread of 0.59, and I did have a best 4 out of 5 here at 0.40 inches. The next group, the H-4350, shot an extreme spread of 0.53, but look at this. That's one hole. That measures 0.15 inches. And then on the last two groups that I shot, for the hybrid 100V, I had a group of 0.77 with a best 4 out of 5 at 0.45. And then on the 4350, I had an extreme spread of 0.51 with the best 4 out of 5 at 0.44. If you want to look at how these average, taking all of the groups, and again, these were all shot at the same charge weight for each of these, and they both produced 2,700 feet per second in velocity. Here on the 100V, I had an average extreme spread of 0.83 and a best 4 out of 5 at 0.58. On the 4350, when you average those out, I had an extreme spread of 0.74 with the best 4 out of 5 at 0.47. So the 4350 powder did perform better. Now, if you were to take out this worst group, and I thought to be fair, I'll do it with both. So I'll take out the 1.26 here, and I'll take out the 0.92 here, and I'll average those out. And if you take out the worst group, then you have an extreme spread average of 0.72 with the 100V and 0.69 with the H-4350. So minus the two worst groups of each, they're very close. They're 0.03 of an inch apart there. And then on the best 4 out of 5, the 100V was 0.58 extreme spread, and the 4350 was a 0.47 extreme spread. If you compare that, where I was shooting the ELD Match, again, 40.5 grains of hybrid 100V, 41.5 of H-4350, 2,700 feet per second for both. On that one, the ELD Match bullet averaged 1.10 extreme spread and 0.59 on the best 4 out of 5, whereas the 4350 averaged 0.94 for the extreme spread and 0.64 for the best 4 out of 5. So if you want to compare the ELD Match against the Sierra Match King with the 100V, the ELD Match had an extreme spread average of 1.10, but the Sierra Match King had an extreme spread of 0.83. So 25 shots fired, definitely had a better extreme spread. But look, the 4 out of 5 average was very close, 0.59 with the ELD Match and 0.58 with the Sierra Match King. For the H-4350, the 140 grain ELD Match had an extreme spread of 0.94 and a best 4 out of 5 at 0.64. But the Sierra Match King was considerably better at 0.74 extreme spread and 0.47 for the best 4 out of 5. So from what I can tell, the Sierra Match King is definitely the better performing bullet, and the H-4350 powder has a slight edge over the hybrid 100V. But those are both excellent powders for the 6.5 Creedmoor, and I recommend either one, but I'm going to have to be partial to the H-4350. All right, there's my results. As always, I appreciate you taking time to watch. If you have a comment you'd like to add, please leave that below. I'm not such a large channel that I can't interact with all my viewers, so I like to engage everyone who leaves a comment. So again, as always, I hope you will like and share, and please subscribe. Thanks for watching.